The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match and is for the WWE Championship.
The Viper. Randy Orton began his career by being known as the Legend Killer. Randy Orton is now simply a legend.
Randy Orton's career wasn't built on alliances. The most important thing to Randy Orton has been winning championships. He has done that in a major way, a 13-time world champion.
The mood changes when Randy Orton enters the building.
Orton is a volatile superstar that can end a match in an instant with an RKO out of nowhere.
A man with absolutely no absence of malice. This man is a real force, Drew McINTYre.
A revamped attitude, revamped appearance.
McINTYRE's made it his mission to eliminate all the complacency in WWE.
You know, Drew McINTYre arrived and he was the chosen one. Handpicked by WWE Chairman Mr. McMahon. And Drew will admit that he became complacent. Felt like he didn't have to work hard to get to the top. When he got fired, he went away, he got a new attitude, and now he's back, bigger and badder than ever.
With a vengeance.
Yeah, this new attitude from Drew McINTYre dictates he will take whatever he wants.
McINTYre laser focused.
Introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds. He is the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton. Introducing the champion from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds. He is the WWE Champion, Drew McINTYre.
Don't go anywhere.
This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
And I think it's safe to say that these competitors will never be the same after this Hell in a Cell match.
Randy Orton has over 15 years of experience in WWE, and he hasn't slowed down a step.
Yeah, if anything, the Vipers become even more proficient with that devastating RKO.
There he goes, crashing to the floor. Guys, we oftentimes talk about the dangers of competing inside Hell in a Cell. Well, let's not forget these competitors aren't the only ones in there. It could be just as dangerous for the official as well.
I agree with Michael's point on the dangers of this match. I mean, the environment is so brutal for all involved. Just go back to look at referee Tim White after he officiated one of those matches.
Yeah, he was never the same after that. In fact, White said Hell in a Cell ruined his life.
Ooh, what impact. Harsh impact. This might be it. Oh, my. If you recall, guys, when Drew McINTYre first showed up here in 2009, he was anointed the Chosen One. And while it may have been premature back then, I'd say McINTYre is more than living up to it nowadays. Drew McINTYre gets out of the way.
Boom, what impact.
Challenger starting to falter. Well, he knew the champion wasn't going to go down easy here tonight.
As Byron alluded to, Drew McINTYRE's initial run in WWE had ups and downs, but ever since his return in 2017, I'd say McINTYRE's among the most dominant superstars on the roster.
As would the people he's defeated since returning. And let's look at some of these names, Cole. Bobby Roode, Andrade Cien Almas, Seth Rollins. Those are some pretty big names if you ask me. Of course, guys, we all remember when the Hell in a Cell debuted in 1997 and how harrowing the structure looked. But it's worth noting that the cell has become even more ruinous in recent years.
And Randy Orton just slips out of harm's way.
You know, Corey's point about the cell evolving in recent years is absolutely right. In fact, Byron, the structure is now well over 5 tons.
And I believe that's more than twice as heavy as the original cell, Michael. And believe it or not, it's increased in height by nearly 5 feet.
Randy Orton might be the most successful third-generation wrestler in WWE history. The Orton family has been a fixture in wrestling for over 50 years, competing in main events from the 1960s all the way to today.
Yeah, Cole, it all started with Randy Orton's grandfather, Bob Orton Sr., who competed in the NWA and AWA, even took on Bruno Sammartino in New York City.
You both started the Orton family tree with the discussion of Bob Orton Sr., but Randy's father, Cowboy Bob Orton, has an impressive pedigree too as a WWE superstar, including being in Roddy Piper's corner during major matches at the first 2 WrestleManias.
As great as his father and grandfather were, Randy brought the Orton name to even greater heights with multiple WrestleMania main events and over a dozen WWE Championship reigns.
I don't think I've seen a superstar more driven to succeed than Drew McINTYre. When he was released in 2014, McINTYre said he'd be back, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, McINTYre really took a negative and turned it into a positive. Instead of feeling sorry for himself and blaming everybody else, he traveled the globe and made himself an even bigger star.
Now back to the ring.
Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Can't waste any time here. Drew McINTYre really needs to dig down deep and fast. Following up on what you two were saying about McINTYRE's initial release, not only did he return with more fire and fans, he also came back in even better shape than before.
And McINTYRE's always had a height advantage, but in his time away, he worked on his strength, conditioning, and added considerable power to his Claymore kick and aftershock DDT.
Over 15 years into his WWE career, the big move and RKO.
Just when you thought he had
Going for the cover. Dug down deep and gets the shoulder up.
How'd he do that?
Counter here.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Oh, McINTYre able to avoid damage there.
Drew McINTYre sizing it up.
Beautiful technique.
Whoa, McINTYre able to avoid damage there.
For a few years, Randy Orton brought his career to even greater heights by aligning with the Authority as their personally appointed face of the WWE. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
This is the title match we've all been waiting for, guys, and so far it's delivered the goods.
Michael mentioned Randy Orton as the face of the WWE, given his long history aligning with Triple H. It made perfect sense for the game to give the Viper preferential treatment, main events, and a lengthy world title reign.
Gentlemen, it was so much more than their history that made Randy Orton the face of WWE. Randy Orton has the look, style, and the attitude of a champion, and that is why Triple H made him the centerpiece of the Authority for so long.
Lightning fast reflexes.
That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys. Drew McINTYre gets out of the way. These superstars wearing the wounds right now of what has been an absolutely thrilling matchup. When you look inside that cell and see all this carnage, you can't help but wonder just how much more of this these superstars can take.
Spiked him.
And there's his speed paying off. When this guy's on, look out.
Whoa, McINTYre able to avoid damage there.
Oh, nasty impact.
Randy Orton's in a world of hurt, people. Looks like he's starting to feel the pressure of competing in this championship match.
If you had your money on him winning this Hell in a Cell match, I think it's safe to say you lost. Sorry, guys.
Randy Orton is slipping, but he still might have...
This is his opportunity to win this thing.
Drew McINTYre really needs to dig down deep and fast.
The world title. That's why these men are putting their careers on the line. That's why they may never be the same.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
He looks for it once again. Randy Orton looking to end this. We have seen him here with an RKO.
To think, I almost wrote it.
Here's the pin, top on the line. Here we go. 3. He did it. He conquered this demonic structure. The devil was afoot in this Hell in a Cell match. Let's take another look, guys.
Check this out.
That's the kind of match that makes me proud to be here at ringside. Action from the opening bell and a finish people won't soon forget.
Here is your winner and the new WWE Champion. He is the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy
Where's this going?
I think it's about to be a highlight reel.
Oh, chin-breaking uppercut.
Talk about rocking the jaw.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business. Ooh!
Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Vintage Randy Orton.
The Viper strikes again. I love it.